All right, Shalom Akyam. First off, let's give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and rule well. And sincere Shalom to all you men preaching this word in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And Shalom to you striving and sincere believers. All right, so this is going to be just a quick news update. All right, and we're going to be dealing with Moab. All right, if you don't know, Moab is the so-called Chinese man today. All right, and North Koreans, South Koreans as well. And this is big right here. This is breaking news. This came out about 14 hours ago. It says China, and it's from CNN.com. China records first population decline in 60 years. All right, which is big because what? China has over 1 billion people in their country, according to ESO's census. All right. Okay, so it's one of the biggest, most heavily populated countries in the world, and their population decline. All right, now we could speculate. All right, I'm gonna bring up some ideas of why that happened, but the most common thing is, or the obvious thing I should say, rather, it's following after the beast, man. All right, it's following after this Babylonian system, man. All right, Moab wants to be an Edomite. And in fact, a lot of Edomites drop seed off in China. All right, so there's a lot of Edomite foreigners in China. Okay, Britain control China. America's been extorting China. All right, using it for its resources, enslaving the people as well. And this system, although it's wicked, it's the most profitable. Okay, and Moab has taken a liking to the system. So let's read some of this article, and we're going to get some precepts, man. Okay, it says China's population shrink in 2022 for the first time in more than 60 years. A new milestone in the country's deepening demographic crisis with significant implications for its slowing economy. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Salaki, I'm trying to see if they're bringing out some numbers. Let's see. Okay, so China had a one-child policy. All right, since it was so heavily populated, and the Most High says, "Be fruitful and multiply." But Moab came up with a policy called the one-child policy, where families can only have one child. All right, so that's a big factor into what's happening right now. And a lot of them would keep the boys, man. They wanted if you could only have one child, a lot of them preferred a boy. So what happened? A lot of the females, women, or girls, I should say, they were either given up for adoption. A lot of them came to America, or they just threw them out, man. And social services had to take care of it. And what does that lead to? An imbalance. There's a lot more boys than girls, man. So that's why a lot of Moabites are into that virtual, getting their pleasure from a virtual reality, okay, or like sex dolls. All right, so let me get a precept. All right, we're gonna go to Second Esdras, Salakia. Second Esdras, okay. 15 verses 46. All right, and thou, Asia, thou art partaker of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person. Okay. So Asia, these you know, children a lot. Okay, the Moabites and the Ammonites, they hope to be like America, man. Babylon is America, and they have hopes and aspirations of becoming a superpower, which China is now. And what does that mean? How did America come up? It came up through slavery. You can't amass this amount of wealth, all right, by treating people fairly. So what have they done? They've enslaved their own people, all right, going after America, man. And art the glory of her person, woe be unto thee. So destruction, death, ill will towards Asia. The Most High is saying, thou wretch. Let's get what wretch means, okay? Stranger, exile. Okay, to drive out, punish. Vile, despicable person. And that's basically the modern definition right here. A vile, despicable person. So Moab has become a vile, despicable person in order to obtain, or order to become a superpower, man, a world superpower. And Moab eats all type of abominable foods. Okay, Moab has shady business practices. Okay. Woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her. Okay. It has decked thy daughters in whoredom. Got a lot of prostitution going on in Asia, man. And they learn that to be America is into that, man. Edomites in general are into that, but especially America, okay? And has decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee. Okay, so these heathens are sick once you get down to what they do behind the scenes, man. Okay, it's just the Edomites are the most base. Okay, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee. Thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works. Okay. So Moab didn't think America was hated in all her works, man. So they partook in this, man. They fed it to the people. They gave the wine to her own people. All right. And a lot of the average Moabite is a sick person, man. Okay. Thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and inventions. Therefore saith Yahweh. Okay. Therefore saith Yahweh. So that's the Most High saying that. Okay. And let's see. I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. So widowhood, man. What does that mean? Okay. A lot of her men are going to be destroyed in these wars, man. Leaving a lot of widows, okay? Poverty, because once America goes down, these nations aren't going to have any, America is the number one consumer in the world, all right? So their economies are going to crash, man. Famine, all right? There's going to be a food shortage. There's 1 billion people to feed, right? Okay. Sword, okay. It's any form of a weapon, and it's not just talking about a physical weapon. And pestilence, okay, so there's going to be a lot of diseases going around over there, as well as the whole world, all right? To waste thy houses with destruction and death. So all of these plagues are going to waste the houses, these Asian countries, with destruction and death, man. And the glory of thy power shall be dried up as a flower. The heat, because they're trying to amass a lot of power, man, on a world stage. The heat shall arise that is sent over thee, you know. So there's gonna, Asia might get hit with a few missiles, all right? And thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes, and as one chastised with wounds, so that the mighty and lovers shall not be able to receive thee. So Asia's gonna get fucked up, man. Particularly Moab. Okay. Let's go to Jeremiah 51, verse 7. All right. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. You know? And it talks about Babylon's abominations in that cup, man, in Revelations. That made all the earth drunken. That the nations have drunken of her wine. That's her values, her morals, her ideologies, political system. That's the one that Babylon has pushed, okay? That's what it's referring to. Therefore, the nations are mad, and not in a new sense of the word mad, but an old English sense, meaning crazy. All right, not mad as in angry, but as in lost their minds. They're crazy. They're drunk. They're drunk. When somebody's drunk, they a lot of times they're acting wild, man, crazy, and that's what happened to China, man. With these low birth rates, okay, the birth rate lowered, okay. They're trying to speculate as to why it happened, you know, but they're not hitting the point. The point is, China has mimicked the ways of America, man, and sold it to its people. China and Moab and the Asians are good at reverse engineering. All right, so they've studied this model of America and they implemented their own version of it, man. Not as bad as America, but enough to lower this birth rate, man. All right, so Lord willing, this lesson, was quick, but Lord willing, it was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh. Bahasham Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakakwadash. Shalom.